how do we buy futures?
You're clairvoyant. So how do we buy futures? That's what we're going to talk about today. Simple as pie. So the easiest thing to do is at your current brokerage, you apply for futures using your broker site or contact their support desk. It's as simple as that. If you don't have a futures broker, again, Tastyworks would be the place I would want to look, but we're non-denominational. I think that's left over from my previous life, but you want to, it's just, you know what, it really is that simple as I'm curious because I started in the 80s and I remember, it's so funny. I don't know, I'm not a pack rat guy, but I found in some old box somewhere, my original account opening firm for a firm who was named called Refco, long since gone. The paper was like 60 pages and you had to initial each page and everything. It was an hour to do the work. I think you can open an account now in a matter of minutes. Your experience when you opened your first account and how easy it is now. I'm just curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, when I first opened my first equities account, I do believe I had to sign some paperwork and like send it back to them or even fax it back to them, if you will. I believe that was the case. But yeah, you're right. It is so much easier now. And it's even easier than that. I mean, because, when you look at what we got here, Google your broker futures. I mean, that's about as easy as it gets. That's something that I think I tell people all the time when they ask me certain questions. I'm like, well, I can tell you, but you can also just look it up on your phone. Your phone probably knows better than I do. So it's kind of cool. Like you can actually Google this and look that kind of stuff up. Now, like you said, when I do my first trade, it's going to be on our platform as is just the way it is. I've gotten used to it. I'm starting to like it. So when I fire it up, it's going to be on Tastyworks.
All right, good deal. So we've figured out how to, and the great thing is, as you said, the ease at which you can get futures enabled is very straightforward, very easy. Almost every online firm that you're trading through right now, I don't think you even have to have any physical interaction or verbal interaction with anyone. It's automated. So Next step to the process. Walk us through it, Jermal.
All right. So here we got, search your platform for futures using the correct characters and structure. And this is always something to be aware of. I think, when you're first starting to get into futures or just even starting to look, as I know I have in the past, plenty of times, you got to know the nomenclature. So I don't recognize all this. I definitely recognize /SM75, but I'm guessing this is an interesting game we got going on here, something like that, right? Like I feel like all of these don't pull up something.
You're absolutely right. And this is an important part. Now, can you find this? Every platform is slightly different. You and I are used to the /. That's our world of futures are a / followed by the contract symbol. So / SM75 is our small 75. Now, depending on where you are, if you're at Tastyworks, if you're at Interactive Brokers, if you're on CQG or anywhere else, slightly different symbology. The great thing is you could search for the symbols either by going to the exchange's landing page on your broker site or going to smallexchange.com themselves. But you just need to, and the good part of that is once you get this, whether it's a / or an F with a period or just the symbol itself, it's uniform across product. And what I mean by that is, smalls 10s are / S10Y. So the / always starts with the straightforward symbol, just like it would be with the F.US, which is CQG. So very simple, very straightforward. And the good news, like some things we always talked about, they never change. So the symbols, once you get them locked in your mind, you're good to go. And most platforms will help you as you start that journey with the / the S and the M. It will start to serve you up stuff. And then it's just a matter of clicking it, adding it to your watch list. It's that simple.
So on ours, can you search, like if you start typing in small, will something come up or no? I don't think, I guess what I was really going to say, that'd be cool if it does, but I don't think we even have to, because I know for us, the best thing about it is we already have a watch list that has all the small futures in it, right?
We do. Sure. And guys, I apologize. I got to get back to my presentation here.
I'm pretty sure we have a watch list anyway that has all the small futures in it, which is a nice thing. So it's like we can pull them up anyway and you can see them all. So
yeah, absolutely.
I was just curious if you started typing in small, like would it come up? But It doesn't
You know
really.
what? I think what's nice is, as you mentioned, is the watch list, the preset watch list. There's a small watch list. You could bring that up. It'll show you all the future symbols and all the spot index symbols, which
Yeah.
the futures are built on. Always get the question, why the spot index symbols? They're not tradable, just like, fast cash S&P. It
Yeah.
gives you a little bit more history if you want history. They go back 2 or 3 years. So you get the symbology. It's uniform in terms of the forward slash, the F, any wherever you are. And then you can, some platforms, you can just start typing small exchange and it will bring that up. And you know what, honestly, I should know that on Tastyworks, and I apologize. I should do that.
People figure out something for myself to figure out.
There you go. Yeah, there's a little homework on this problem.
Yeah.
So important component here we always talk about, and it's capital required. And when we look at product, I'd love to hear your thoughts about how you look at this dynamic of capital use versus notional, and how do you weigh opportunity?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the capital usage. That's definitely I think something that I weigh my opportunity on. I feel like a lot of people do. I mean, how much can you actually do with XYZ amount that you have? And so that's one of my biggest interests in futures. The ability to use a smaller amount but also have this notional value that you're controlling in a way. I think is an interesting thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, the two things you want to know is, as you said, notional size. What am I controlling? And that's always an important component to sizing any occurrence within your portfolio of diversified trading opportunities. And what's great with smalls, it's always 100 times whatever the index value is, whatever you're trading. It's as simple as that. So, there is your capital efficiency, $627 to trade in SM75. So you're getting, you're the math, 12 to 1? Am I in the right ballpark?
About that, yeah, I'd say about that. Yeah, 12 to 1, 11, 12 to 1, something like that.
Okay. So, you know what? You've been permission. You understand the symbology. You're bringing up and you're starting to trade, or starting to understand, what am I controlling and what does it cost me to control it? Where does your decision process then go, Jermal?
Hitting the button. You got to hit the button at some point.
Well, you're absolutely right. So, and you know what? Send the buy order the same way you send it order to buy stock, options, or anything else. So you see the ease at which you can generate an order. And you know what? For us at this point, I think this is where we've laid the foundation and we've kept it concise. You've highlighted and taken us through a wonderful introduction to what we need to know to start to employ these. Now let's put them to work. And you're spot on. So it's as simple as that. Look, you know what? Get permissioning, find out your symbology, understand margin, and then put that to work for you. So very straightforward process.